Welcome, everyone. Just go ahead and share a tag and invite. We're about to get ready. I'm just so glad that you are on tonight and that you're in for a treat. We have a very special guest that we have been following. I have been following him for over the past 6 months, over the past couple of years. So get prepared. Go ahead and share a tag and invite so that you can be prepared as we get ready to go in. Our special guest tonight is a pastor, Pastor Richard Ash II. He's the pastor of the Net of the Church of God in Christ. So go ahead and share, tag, and invite. And we'll be starting in just a couple of minutes, but this will give you enough time to go ahead and bring everyone in so that we can get ready to get started to have a conversation. Also, this is the luncheon of Heart to Heart conversation with Dr. Pat. So the PHAT Nutritionist, and that's PHAT, that's pursuing health and transformation as we're creating habits intended for change. And all of this fall under PKJ Global Ministry. So while you get ready, I just wanted to go through just a few things that I put together so that you can see, kind of see the journey, see the path that he has been on. This has been a path you can see on where you have the net and you can see his fitness goal. And you know, we teach all the time about having a goal. He came into 2020 with goals to lose 50 pounds by May the 19th, to do 100 push-ups a day with blood pressure medication and CPAP, finish 45 miles challenge, be under 300 pounds before 2021. So he has accomplished a lot of these goals already. So we're excited to have him here. As you can see on this first one, you see where he was in January, and then now you see where he is now. So it let us know that all of us, that we need to have a goal, we need to have a plan, and that we are fit by God's design. We are focus plus impact equal transformation. So we want you to go ahead and share, go ahead and tag, go ahead and invite as you're coming in. Because we're just going to give a few minutes for people to come in. But as we're coming in, I wanted to go over the story, go over the, so that you can see. You can see him here. You can see him as a pastor. You can see him where he just took a picture, whereas he holding up his pants. So we have him in the screen. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Tonight. We're excited. So hello, everyone. Hello, Pastor. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So I was basically going over some of your history and showing some of your pictures.
I can't hear, man. Can't hear you. I can't hear you.
You not hear me? Okay. All right. Well, I'll just continue to talk until you can hear. Can you hear anything? Hello. Hello.
Hello.
And
Testing.
so this is our
Hello.
hello.
Still can't hear.
Okay.
I'm trying to get. I can't.
That's
yeah.
okay. Take your time. Take your time.
Hold on.
All right.
Okay.
So while he's still getting his equipment together, I'll go over PKJ Global.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear. Let me see. I'm still trying to work on this volume.
Okay. Well, I improvise until
you. Oh yeah, I can hear you. I'm here now. I hear you now.
All right. Yeah, we're excited. We're excited to have you here. I was just showing them some of your pictures, some of your journey, some of the goals that you set for 2020, and to see that you have already crushed those goals.
Yes.
So I'm just going to let you introduce yourself, and then we'll just go from there.
Okay. My name is Richard Ash. the second. That's what my dad taught me. And pastor of the Net Church. Also deputy sheriff here in Leon County in Tallahassee. Cousin to Dr. Patricia K. James.
Cuz. My cuz.
My blood cousin, one I love dearly.
Love dearly.
Yes, definitely. I remember from the first time I met you and the rest of my cousins and family when I came out Alabama when I was a kid, and to this day, still love you to death. I admire everything about you, everything you're doing. You do it with a spirit of excellence and a spirit of love, and definitely it's shown even today. So I thank God for being here. Thank God for being able to be on here on this broadcast and interview, and just be able to talk about my journey and things I've done. If it helps anyone, I've been answering a lot of text messages, inbox messages, and just trying to help other people out on some of the same things I had to go through or going through myself. So I really believe iron sharpens iron. I believe that God gives us certain things, not to hold to ourselves, but also to spread for the kingdom. So I'm glad to be here. I'm open to it. I look forward to it. I was happy all day knowing I had to do this tonight. Even my wife, she was like, "What time is it again?" I was like, "Baby, it's 8 o'clock their time, 9 o'clock our time." So I'm glad to be here today.
Well, I'm glad to have you here because, like you said, you're a pastor, you're an officer. So tell us about your journey. Was it anything concerning your health? What inspired you to start this journey? This year.
Yeah, this year.
This year.
My daughter had my granddaughter back in August of last year. My granddaughter's 11 months old now. And starting this January, I had been on a journey before, we're doing good. Matter of fact, we saw each other in California last year, and I had dropped some weight then. And but went on vacation. And after coming off vacation, I stayed on vacation eating. And so, you make those, okay, I'll start Monday. I'll do right next Monday. I'll start next month. And before you know it, we was in the fall and, Thanksgiving's coming. So, I'll start for Christmas, then Christmas. Then I got to the point where I was like, you know what, in January of this year, I said, you know what, I got to make some changes. I'm 47 now. I wanted to start off with a simple goal. I wanted to drop 50 pounds by my birthday. My birthday is in May. So that was like a goal. I said I want to lose 10 pounds a month. I want to get back healthy. Things that got out of whack. And with my health hadn't. But as well as I do, you can't continue down this same road as you get older, and you getting heavier. That just it's not a good combination. So I wanted to be healthier. And so I started on this in January, with simple goals of just saying I wanted to lose 10 pounds a month. I've been working out for years. I got a great trainer, he's been talking to me, and a lot of times we just hard headed, and I played, I played basketball, I played football, I grew up, grew up where you could eat whatever you want because we played all the time. So, I ain't never been a little guy, what I'm saying? But at the same time, you get older and you keep those same habits. And you find out, that 80-20 rule is real. That 80-20 rule is real. And the older you get, I know that's not a real word, but the realer it gets. That you cannot outwork your diet. And so I made a decision to say, you know what, I'm going to change my diet, change the way I eat, change my eating habits, and find something that works for me. And I did that, and it's been a blessing. Just to start out in January and like I say, with a simple goal of 10 pounds a month. I wanted to lose 50 pounds by my birthday. Lord bless me, I lost 62 pounds by my birthday. So I was 12 above even my own goal. So the first goal, the Lord blessed me to crush it. I mean, and that was really encouraging. And I just been continuing, on the same journey from that point up until today, of just continuing to just be steadfast and what I eat, and continue to work out and and the pounds and the inches of this keep coming off.
So I heard you talk about goals.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you have a 10-pound goal? Because most people want to say, I want to lose 30 pounds in a month.
Mm-hmm.
And we know when we were younger, we probably could do that.
Right.
So what made you set a realistic goal?
Exactly just what you said. I want to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? I want to be realistic. Don't get me wrong. None of us get out of shape overnight. None of us gain how many ever pounds it was. You don't do it on one meal. It's you have continued a bad habits till they build up. So I want to say, you know what? I wanted something where if I didn't get 10 pounds for the month, at least it wouldn't crush me. I wouldn't be like, oh, I want to lose 30 pounds in a month. Which the body, you may do that one time, but the body's not going to continue to do that. It's going to make your body makes adjustments. So I knew, let's keep this realistic. I said 10 pounds, I'm a guy, I'm a big guy, I'm 6'4". I started off at 391 pounds. So I understood if, some things that I change up, the certain results were going to come because, I was a big guy losing big weight, you know what I'm saying? So, but if I just continue to say 10 a month, I was thinking, okay, if I lose 10 a month by October, I'll lose 100 pounds.
Yeah.
That was my goal to say, okay, if I lose 10 a month, I'll lose 100 by October. Now I'm going to hopefully crush that, but wait for October. But that was the goal to say, okay, realistically, as the body, plateaus and, things, adjusts and everything else, that I wouldn't get to the point where, let's say if I weighed myself and I wasn't but 5 or 7 this time, I wouldn't be to the point where it crushed me if I was looking for 15 or 20. You know what I'm saying? So I try to stay realistic, saying, okay, this is going to be a process for life. I'm not there trying to do something just for a couple months or just for the summer, not knowing that, again, in January, none of us knew about COVID-19. None of us knew that we're going to be shut down. So, I was looking for my birthday, me and my wife's 25th anniversary, we wanted to take a trip and all that. So 50 pounds from where I started at, that was going to be good because that would help me out. But just like I say, just trying to stay realistic with goals that I can meet and be able to, and then watch. Then the Lord helped me, supersede that, go even past that with 12 more than what I even counted for myself. So that just was trying to stay realistic so I can stay encouraged. A lot of times we get discouraged because sometimes we start off with unrealistic goals, that you can't keep up. I'm in a walking group, a walking jogging group, and I had to encourage one of my friends. He got out one day and did 10 miles and then couldn't go the next couple of days. I had to tell him, I said, bro, do 3 to 5 miles. Stop trying to do 10 miles. You stay consistent with 3 to 5. In 3 days, you can do 15 when you only did 10 for one day. So, just staying consistent, and that's been my blessing, is being consistent.
Well, and I was picking up different things that you were saying, because as a dietitian, what I recommend is what you did. Because it take a decrease of 500 calories every day for 7 days to lose 1 pound, and the average to lose 2 to 3 pounds a week, and so losing 10 pounds, that is healthy. But then when you increase your expenditure, I was looking at you rocking, and just think about you were burning. Have you tracked, like I do my little watch and it, do my little calories and stuff. But I'm like, I said, I know he's burning about 2,000 calories a day, just with the exercises.
Yes, that's it. And then, like you say that, and that's when, like you saying that and breaking it down on that level really is an eye opener for should be an eye opener for everybody on here. When you said how many calories you gotta decrease just to get 1 pound. Like I said, people, I've been working out for years. And if it was just working out, I'd have been where I supposed to been at. But it wasn't just working out, because I tell people all the time, I tell on me, I'm a realist, you're a realist, so I'm being real with everybody. I'm candid. I can go work out with my trainer. I leave from there going to Chick-fil-A line for breakfast, go get a number 1, and you know what? I just ate through the whole workout. I just killed it.
Yes.
I did a workout on a chicken biscuit some hash browns and a large sweet tea. I just killed all that sweat I just left at the trainer was for nothing. So
Yes.
that's how it was.
That, and to be realistic, because, I tell people I'm your reality dietitian, and I like to talk to people who live in a real world,
Right.
who's ready for real change. So these changes for a lifetime,
Right.
and life is lifelong impact for every day. And, because like I tell people, I like chocolate chip cookies.
Right.
Would never tell anyone that I was going to give up chocolate chip cookies. I'm not going to eat the whole pack, but they're going to be time that I can fit them in. So you have to, you're living in this real world. So you have to develop that lifestyle. You have to make those modifications that benefit you. And it's and it's an individual thing. Right. A lot of times there's that blanket people give you. Okay, I can give you as a dietitian, I can give you 1,200, 1,500, 1,800 calories, and then telling you how to all these foods, but you don't eat that. So that doesn't help. Right. So I try to start.
And that's what helped me even in this, and I had to even tell other people the same things. I said, you know what, for me, a keto-based diet works well for me. I say, it works well for me. I have to have something that I like to eat. I don't mind, like this morning, my go-to breakfast in the morning when I don't feel like, I just scramble eggs, put cheese in it, and I have sausage. And that's cool to me. And I'm good. It tastes good. I like it. And it keeps me where I want to be at. That's what you saying. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Like you said, you can give people a list of certain things. Be like, man, I ain't never ate some of this stuff before. I don't even know how to cook it. I don't even know. So it ain't gonna do anything for me if I don't like it.
Exactly. And see, because when I was doing a lot of consultation, especially in the rural area, and you're constantly talking about getting the lettuce and the salad and the fruits and the vegetables. And then I had to get down and say, okay, do you have electricity? Do you have a refrigerator? Because you can't just take these things for granted. Right. That I had to get down to where they were and then allow them to tell me what did they have access to. Because you got to find something that's going to help them where they are. Because I can give you a blanket. I can just give you paperwork. But what I like to do is do it on an individual basis. Right. And if this is what you're eating, let us modify it. And just like you were saying with your sausage, your eggs, now I do encourage that you go and, go to your physician, make sure you know your numbers, make sure you know your cholesterol, your blood pressure, all of these things.
Yes, ma'am.
Because different people react differently because, working in long-term care, 80 and 90-year-olds be like, I have eaten 2 eggs, 5 slices of bacon, and my cholesterol is better than anybody.
Right, exactly.
Because they worked hard. They were in a place that they worked, and see, they got in the field, and see, but you got to look at as you're spending all that energy. But just knowing your numbers, make sure you're going to know your numbers. Right. But I kind of followed and look at your eating pattern also. And I see that there's some lettuce. I see a little vegetables in there because, there are some leafy vegetables that's only 5 grams of carbohydrates. Right. So it's not going to throw you out of ketosis. So, there are some vegetables that you can have. So I've been kind of watching and observing and seeing how you're doing it. And I see the results. I see the persistence. I see the diligence. And I see that you're accountable. And then you're holding us, you're putting it out there. So what are the hashtags that you're putting out that everybody can go follow you?
The first one is tight and light. That's a saying we have at our with the guys I work out with. We say tight and light. That's one of the things that we do. It's been something we've been saying. Our trainer works out and he's real diligent about it. So that's one of them. I got one chopping away. Let me see. I'm trying to think. It's quite a few of them.
I put them on there, but I call you Mr. Tight and Light.
Oh yeah, that's it. And it's a saying. And I'm telling you, it's something that when I was nowhere near, and I'm not, I've hit certain goals. I have not hit my main goal, but it's been something in my forefront. You said something about accountability. I remember when I first started in January, I post what I was eating. And and people ask me why are you doing that? I said, well, that holds me accountable too. People see me out somewhere or they see me walking in somewhere and they be like, hey, what you going in there to get? It was accountability, even with people, within, the Facebook community. They didn't understand. Some of them didn't even know they were helping me out because it was accountability. Okay, you ain't post lunch today. What was for lunch today? So it kept me kind of saying, okay, I got to stay within, that I'm accountable. Somebody else is watching to kind of help out with this, and it was a blessing. I start posting it, and before I know it, people be asking me, okay, I ain't see lunch today. What was for lunch? And I had to make sure, okay, let me post what I had for lunch or what's for dinner, and then and it was
Where did you go?
what I was doing.
Where did you find that at? That's what they were looking at. Where did you find that product? And because a lot of times people think they can't eat out when they're on a specialized diet. But what you showed them is this is the way that you still can go out and you'll name the place. And what you did is that you promoted that business.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, a couple of these pizza places owe me for letting everybody know about cauliflower pizza. Hey, they owe me for that one because and then, like I said, and that there was even like I tell people, even at my largest weight, I never really liked pizza. I didn't eat pizza. My wife could tell you if she asked me, I ain't never asked for pizza. But when I found out about the cauliflower crust and being on keto, I can have all the meats and everything else I want. And then I got it on cauliflower, which I wouldn't have been eating vegetables anyway. I wouldn't have been touching them. So it became okay. So I ate the cauliflower crust pizza, which was good tasting. It was good. And I'm getting cauliflower instead of getting dough and bread. So it worked out good. So I was like, man, I would have known that did that, but through, doing this and like I tell people all the time, with what I'm doing is I can go anywhere I want, look at a menu, and then I can take that menu and can tell it to what I need, what works for me. So
how long did that take for you to? Because a lot of people have that problem that when they go out, they don't know how to read that menu.
Right.
You have a certain number of like carbohydrates or grams of protein or that you try to stay within.
I try to stay within. I try not to get more than 20 carbs 20 a day. I try to stay under that. And I know with me personally, I know that most likely if it's something that I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, that's it. I know that ain't for me. I know. I know that ain't. I know. No. That's not gonna be for me. You know what I'm saying? If it's cake and pies and I know and then you got to be honest. One thing about this is too, we're being real. You got to be honest with yourself. You said something that you said you'll never be able to cut out. Chocolate chip cookies. I knew for me personally, sweets and all that sweet tea, cakes, pies, pasta, breads. I know I can't bother with it because if I start bothering with it, I don't stop. So I know that about me. I'm not gonna sit and fake. I ain't gonna tell you I can do it. Just get one little piece of cake. I cannot do it. So when I found out, that they people that make keto cupcakes and then they had the ice cream. And so I found, okay, within what I'm doing, then there is a little sweet section that keeps me still within my, my eating habits. And when I found that, then that was just like, it was eye-opening then. And I said, okay, taking zucchini noodles and making spaghetti, which is one of my favorite meals, and finding out how to do that within what I was doing, that was eye-opening that, I had so many options. Let's say by March that I didn't know anything about in January. You know what I'm saying? I had so many options that opened up that I looked at and said, okay, so it's a whole community, if you would. It's a whole menu that I knew nothing about that I said, okay, so I'm not missing out on certain things because I know what to substitute. Almond flour, different kind of sweeteners that are not, the regular grain sugar and all of that. And I found that and I was like, whoa, it opened up a whole different thing to me that kept me, motivated. So when I did have that sweet tooth that, that before where I just knocked down a whole apple pie ice cream, sweet tea. I tell people all the time, the Publix where I live at, they knew me coming in the door. If it was buy one get one free sweet tea, man, my whole refrigerator, I got 6 gallons of sweet tea in there, and I guarantee in 2 days it's gone. It's gone. And as well as I do as a dietitian, the last thing you need to do is drink your calories. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So learning and studying and looking at certain things and saying, okay, it's not all bad. And like I said, whatever you do, I encourage anybody, whatever lifestyle you start to live, just stay consistent in that. A lot of times what happens, we start mixing up stuff. And you know it, you're not going to get the results because you have keto, then you have counting this, and find what works for you. Okay, this works for me, then stick to that and work that plan. And you'd be surprised if working the plan and being consistent in the plan that you're in, you start getting results.
And see, and that's what I like what you said about that, because it's the individuality of it. And like, we'll go back where you said 20 grams of carbohydrates, and everybody probably like, whoa. But if you utilize your carbohydrates efficiently, now if you go and get 4 ounces of orange juice, that's 15 grams of carbohydrate. If you go and get that 16 ounce, you stop in the gas station right there, you're going to get like 60 grams of carbohydrates. Right. If you get those vegetables, you can get like your greens. You can get a half a cup cooked greens, only 5 grams. But if you're eating it raw, you get a whole cup of it. And that like your lettuce and like your tomatoes, and what I try to teach people, that's not so precise, but if you can look at it, I couldn't find all of my little food models I was going to have. If you look at you get a whole cup of this here. And it's only 5 grams of carbohydrates. And then you can eat. Now, when I'm talking about your vegetables, I'm talking about the leafy vegetables, not the lima beans and black eyed peas and potato salad, all of that. Now, if you try to put that in, you're going to get a few tablespoons of it. I don't know if I got to. But you, like you said, you got to find what worked for you that's going to keep you in a place that I'm feeling satisfied. Right. And I like, okay, that's a good dessert right there. Oh, I think I'm drinking that. So, and then, because I like, I see you do that protein, and I like that Dutch chocolate.
Right.
That chocolate taste.
It gives you what you need.
Just a little something to keep you moving. But and a lot of people, they'll swear away and say, because 20 grams of carbohydrates, but it's all in how you utilize that. And you can balance that out where you're having a vegetable for lunch and a vegetable for dinner, and that's only 10 grams of carbohydrates right there.
Right.
So we're trying
like you say, and what I try to do is, even though the 20 is my target, I don't sit there if I'm at 20, and I'm not so precise where, like, say, every day I can sit there and tell you I hit it. But I knew with certain things, I said, you know what, like, someone asked me what was my go-to meals, and so I said, I know, like when I first started out, I was eating eggs and sausage for breakfast and dinner. I knew, because I was at that point where, and those of us who have struggled with weight and anything, you know what I'm talking about, where you up in the middle of the night eating all kind of stuff you don't supposed to be eating. So I knew I can get up, I scramble eggs, eat salt, and I eat that. I knew that I wouldn't get no carbs out of that at all. So I was satisfying, that want to chew, that want to eat, until my appetite and my mind and my body then start to match up. So I knew with certain things, I said, you know what, if I get hungry, what I do is I make scrambled eggs, and I just, it'd be 2:00 in the morning if I was up or whatever I was doing. If I get those munchies, I just get up and scramble eggs. And so I knew eating that was not going to hinder me in my diet, but it still tricked my mind that I was chewing.
And you have to know your triggers. You know what's going to trigger you. And I tell people, like with your carbohydrates, you can drink that and you have blew it for that day. But if you go and chew on your salad, you can get the romaine, you can get your carrot, you can get different things that you can use. And you know, you have to chew. That's one thing you have to chew on, and
Mm-hmm.
it take a while to chew on that. And so,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but you, like you said, you got to trick your mind,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a process. You don't
Yeah.
just jump in here
Mm-mm.
and do it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So we just went over in our class about a habit,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, we'll say that 21 days you lead to a habit. But what we found that they said a minimum of 21 days if you do it over and over. But that was just a minimum. People develop habits at a different pace, at a different rate. And
Mm-hmm.
so you're going to have to work with that individual. So
Right.
working with your trainer, how you train? I know you've been working with him for a while too. I've
Right.
been seeing y'all.
Yeah, I mean,
And
and,
y'all
and don't get me wrong, and you know, I love him to death. You know, shout out to my trainer, O'Neal Brown, OB Fit, Fitness Freak. I mean, I mean, the brother loves what he do. I love him to death. And don't get me wrong, he's been telling me, you know, I mean, when he was a vegetarian, he told me about that. And I was like, mm-mm. And then, you know, he's a vegan, you know, now, and I was like, mm-mm. So yeah, playing that. So don't get me wrong, he's been telling me, but I was hard headed. I was hard headed. It wasn't, you know, that's why you can have the best trainer, you can have the best chef. It's still gonna be up to what you gonna do. What are you gonna do? And when I stop being hard headed and say, you know what, I'm gonna start now watching what I put in my body, then all the training now you start to see the results. You start to see the results more of now that you can't do it. So he's always been there for me. We always talk, and it's not until this point where I got serious about actually my eating habits that then my training went along with it. You know, it's no brag about. I could do things that guys my size cannot do. I mean, I'm just saying, and my age, and that's God given. But it wasn't until I started. Now, what are you putting in here? You know what I'm saying? We talking about it. This is spiritual also. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we can dress up without man, but that inner man, when I start dealing with the inner man and start doing the things that the inner man needed, then things start to change on the outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, when I'm my mind made up in January, no one wants to talk to me in January about how I look because I'm at 391 pounds. People want to talk to me now because I'm at 290. You see what I'm saying? So it's a difference. But the Richard in January had to make a decision before I ever got to the Richard of July.
Well, like with my Fit by God's Design and like the 12 transformational principle, the very first one is that you have to make a decision to change.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You can talk about it, you can want it, but you're gonna have to make that decision. And everything I do, I try to couple it in the spiritual realm also, because he said, "Beloved, I wish above all these things that you may prosper, be in health, even as your soul prosper." And the reason the name Dr. Pat, the PHAT nutritionist, because that PHAT is that we're all pursuing. We're not there yet. We're pursuing health and transformation. And my book, Fit by God's Design, because your fit may look different than my fit or the next man fit. So we can't judge. I always tell them, I said, because that's why it's important. Go get your numbers so that you can see what's going on the inside also, but not to judge. Because, you know, people are look and say, well, that person is still obese. If you try to do your BMI, you know, and you wouldn't believe the people that obese because of the BMI.
Right.
So you got to find your place. And that's what I encourage people, that you got to get comfortable in your skin, and you first got to find out. I don't think you ever had this problem, that you know that you're enough and you love who you are.
Oh yeah,
regardless of what side.
Yeah, but I understand that, you know, and you know, and that's my own granddaughter there. I've never had it, you know, issue with, you know, my self-esteem, or, you know, not feeling, but, you know, it just gets to the point where you get lazy sometimes. I mean, you can't call anything else. You get lazy. You know, I'll tell you a story just like this. I was at work one time, and I was looking for somebody, and I drove up in this apartment complex. I'm looking for somebody. I get out the truck and I'm looking, and a guy across the thing. He said, You ain't catching nobody today. And I'm talking about, man, when I tell you, I got so mad. But then again, it was an honest moment. When I got back in the truck, I had to look at myself and say, you know what? He right. You ain't catching nobody like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't catching nobody like this. I'm talking about the person had to come up and say, hey, I give up. And here, I don't want to, because you wasn't going to catch anybody like that. But that was some honest moments. That was just, I didn't like it. You know, a lot of times we had to stop, be honest with ourselves. Sometimes if you don't like what you see, you don't like how you feel, you don't like how it's looking on you, then it's on you. What you going to do about it then?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? What are we going to do? We can all sit and, work on our angles, and you can not have people post pictures of you because you don't like, but it's you. It's you. You can't put it on nobody else. So it's what you want to do now. If you content, then be content. And, I said to myself, and I thought about it, and the Lord, he shared it with me. And I shared it with some of my friends. I said, you know what? Find somebody that's 60 years old that weighs 390 pounds, Rich. You know what? I couldn't find anybody. You know what that means, right? You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it.
And then we see with this coronavirus that it affects those, that they are greater at risk for this with the hypertension, the diabetes, the obesity, and some of the respiratory issues. So, it's good for all of us. And I was thinking it was just perfect that I have a pastor also, and a male, because, to talk to other men that out there, because a lot of times it's the women that's on this journey. It's the women that doing this. And because a man, I mean, they, it's not that stigma like it is with a woman. Or share with me, what is this stigma? Because a woman, they always looking at the women, but then the men, they can be, have the everything, and they still, like they the road dog,
Right. And like you say, and it's been amazing, even in this journey, talking about it, posting, and I'm telling you, I didn't really notice this until I did. I think it was in March. I think maybe March. I think by March, when I first did my first side by side, where I started picture and where I was, and when I seen it for myself, I was like, whoa, that's different. And then now continuing to post the January picture with, every month out after that. And I've had a lot of guys.
Keep on talking, but they're gonna see what you're talking about. Keep on talking.
Okay. I had a lot of, guys that were that will reach out to me and say, hey man, what you doing, and how you changing up, and I see what you're doing, and then, like even the picture you see with those jeans, that's a size 50. And I was wearing those jeans, and the jeans I have on there are 46, and they're too big, so I need 44s now. So I'm down to I went from a size 50 jeans to a size 44 now. And so I have a lot of guys, man, a lot of us, I got a lot of friends of mine that, we play sports together, so a lot of us, we know what to do, but, we get to the point where, and life happens too. You know what I'm saying? You have like you work, me, I got work, I got church, I got home, and, and you couple that with bad eating habits, and, what I'm saying? I had sleep apnea, which, is not good. And I remember when I first went there, the doctor told me, point blank, said, the reason you know how to get out this machine? I was like, no, how I do it? He said, just lose weight. That was good. Yeah, I mean, he was just honest. You on this because you too big. You know what I'm saying? You're sleeping in that gravity and everything else. And I have a family member who passed away because of sleep apnea. So, don't get me wrong, when I was on it, I wore it, but I hated it because I was like, why in the world I got it? But I want to live too now. Okay, so I strapped that joke on and going to go to sleep. But now, losing the weight I have now, I don't have that issue anymore. So, a lot of things change, and especially for my guys that are on here and those. I mean, I know it's not the stigma a lot of times that we have with the women, but you want your wife, your girlfriend, your significant other, that you want them to look at you and you look good too. I mean,
Like
yeah, I mean,
bomb.com.
yeah, hey, you want where your wife was, be looking at you like, you want that too. So I mean, and you want to be healthy. My thing is, I want to, the Lord has blessed me where, I don't have, any underlying health issues. I don't have any, but I was pre, diabetic. You keep on this road, it's only a matter of time. It ain't gonna be pre anymore. You're gonna be a diabetic. So they come off of that and the sleep apnea and I hate taking medication, and I was on a blood pressure medication. I hate taking meds, but all of that is gone because of just changing my lifestyle and matching it with my exercise. So now I'm getting the full benefits of that. So it's been a blessing, to go to see the size difference. Like I got clothes galore that I got to get rid of because I can't fit them anymore. And anybody who ever struggled with weight, it hurt when you have to buy clothes because you too big. I don't mind spending if I need to buy clothes because I'm too small. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind buying smaller clothes. It's when you get clothes and you put them on and nah, bro, it ain't your size anymore. You got to go up some more. And so it's yeah. Like I said, I don't mind going to buy more clothes that are smaller. I just didn't want to buy any more that's bigger anymore. So I got plenty of clothes I got to get rid of now, which I'll gladly do
But
because
it's
I
so
can't
good.
wear it.
It is so good to have a man to come on, and especially someone who has been the size you are. Because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, because sometimes they feel as though that's insurmountable.
Mm-hmm.
So, how did you feel when you first started? And you said you were at 391.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like that was? But just like you and I, we done been up and down on that roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
What is different now?
I think this time, I mean, it was real eye opening when I weighed myself. I always pride myself being a big guy. It didn't bother me. I command a room, so when I walk in, everybody, I be seen, so I don't hide or nothing like that. But when I got on that scale and it said 391, and I knew I was 9 pounds
Mm.
400. So being a realist, like we talking now, I know at some point in time I was 400 pounds. At some point in time, I was. I know this the way I used to eat and how I used to do. It was some point. January might have started my journey, but probably in December of last year, at some point in time, I was legit 400 pounds, and I was like, bruh, there's no way in the world you need to be 400 pounds. No way in the world. Like I said, one of my goals was to not weigh three anything. I didn't want to say three nothing. When I hit
Uh-huh.
399, I was so happy just to say I'm 299 pounds. Because I thought about saying, you know what? No one is paying me to be 300 pounds. I'm not in the NFL. I'm not wrestling. There's nobody, there's nobody paying me to keep 300 pounds on my body. Nobody. So it's
Yeah.
time to get rid of it. So when I dropped under three, I celebrate 299. My youngest daughter, we did a little dance. Hey, all of that was just so because I got to the point where I said, you know what, it's on you. Are you gonna let your fork and spoon take you out, or you gonna do something about it? That's as simple as it get. That I want to be healthy, and that's one thing that this COVID has been a blessing. Also, like we talked before, it's been a blessing because I got to the point where all I do is I got into a habit. Now I'm 7 months in. Lord say the same. When I wake up at 5 on tomorrow morning, I'm gonna put my gear on. I'll be on the road. I get at least 5 miles in, and that's all habit forming now. Now it's
Yeah.
to the point where I have to have it. I get out there, I put my headphones on, I begin to pray. The Lord begin to talk to me. He start opening up, my
Yeah.
mind. I'm talking about it's therapeutic to the point where I can be walking, and God will just start speaking to me while I'm walking, and I'm out there by myself listening to my music, God talking to me, and before I know it, I'm 5 miles into it. Bam, I'm done. I look at my counter. I done 5 miles. I look at the calories. I just burned 1,200 calories on a 5 mile walk or run. So that's 1,200 calories that I'm already before I eat breakfast or anything. That's 1,200 already in the whole. I already got that in the bank, and I ain't include my
You got
walk.
that in the bank.
So
Stay right, stay right there, because people need to hear that, because there's a lot of people that's on maybe on a keto
mm-hmm.
and maybe doing the diet, but they're not doing that exercise. And like you said, right there before 9 o'clock, you got 1,200 calories in your bank.
Right.
You got enough if you did it every day for 7 days that you're gonna lose 2 pounds just eating a normal. So that's what people need to hear, that it's a balancing of it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it, the majority is the nutrition portion of it.
Yeah, yeah. And like you say, that's the nutrition part of this has been the results. I'm telling you, the working out and everything else, that's how you want to look in your clothes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You certain things you work out on, you want arms, chest, but you got to strip all that other stuff off before you see any of that. Yes. And if you don't have, if that nutrition don't match up, if it does not match up with the working out, I'm telling you, you just spending money. It's not gonna do it. You're not gonna be able to do it. Like I said, I go out there and I'm telling you, I'm not doing it, to try to kill myself. I start out just walking it. Then I put a little walk jog in it. Then I jog a little bit more. I have a goal. Then I want to be able to jog. I got a little route I do pretty much every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturdays. I got a little 5 mile little area that I pretty much do. That's my base. And one of my goals is to be able to jog that whole thing, to do the 5 miles jogging. And I'm working. And the thing about it, I understand this is a lifelong thing. So it's not like I'm trying to just do it for a date. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that, I'm not just saying, okay, I got something in the fall. We don't know what's gonna happen with this coronavirus. I can't travel. Me and my wife can't travel. We can't go anywhere. We had plans for our 25th anniversary. That got scratched. I can't go anywhere. I'm restricted by my job. I can't go certain places. So pretty much, this is what I have to do. So 2020 for me is I want to look back on it and say, you know what? I totally changed my whole life this year. I totally changed mind, body, and spirit this year.
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah.
Totally changed it. Just more focus on the things God would have me to do, more focus in my ministry, more focus on my home life, more focus on me personally, my personal health, and being able to be the best Richard I can be, the best person I can be, and working on that totally. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be to the point where, there's a lot of things we want to do, but our health won't allow us. There's a lot of places we want to go. Our health won't allow us. I remember this here. It's amazing how you sit. I can remember getting on the plane, and one of the most embarrassing things ever is having to ask for that extender on your the belt. The seatbelt extender. Oh man, that's so embarrassing. And now I don't have to worry about. I can get on the plane now, and and I can sit there and use it. Sit back in the chair and click on what's the name. I ain't got to worry about no standard. But see, you got to find what motivates you. I tell anybody on here, find what motivates you. So I got some other goals that I haven't put out there that I have in my head that I want to do. And I'll reveal some of them later on in my journey. But you have to have something that you look forward to say, you know what, start off with something simple. Have my, I got an ultimate goal of what I want to, where I want to be at weight wise and all that. But, set that goal and then start setting some other goals that you can celebrate in the meantime. You know what I'm saying? Something simple, like we said before, 10 pounds a month, 5 pounds a month, whatever those things are, and celebrate it. Don't celebrate it by going to eat ice cream, unless you're on keto, you eat keto ice cream. But my point is, don't celebrate with something that's going to throw you back where you were, but celebrate that and keep knocking them down. It gives you something to look forward to. And, that's my 12th step. That's my 12th step. Celebrate victory. You got to reward yourself. And then we teach how to overcome setback and relapse, because holidays are coming. And that's one thing I wanted to be. I want to be at a point where when I get to, and by, Lord said the same, by November, I'm 11 months into this. You know what I'm saying? By then, I don't want that to be a factor anymore. But I knew if you don't do it now, what I'm saying, if I don't do it in the winter, the beginning of the year, in the spring, the summer, by then, all you're gonna do like I did last year, you're gonna be back stuffing your face with all that. So now I said, you know what? I want to be so much into this now that I could post my Thanksgiving meal, which the Lord said the same. I'm gonna eat with my family somewhere out of here, my family in Atlanta. I'm gonna eat somewhere, and I'm gonna show you the plate. Then the difference in what I would have been eating and what I would have been doing. Now let's look at what I'm doing now. The difference is, okay, when I would have just been like piling it on, that ain't me anymore. I can't eat, I can't eat like that anymore because I'm not that size anymore. So yeah, you want to be able to start doing it now. And like you say, all of us get this. The Lord blesses each one of us with the same 24 hours. It's what you're going to do with yours.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a break. I want you to think of a number from 1 to 20.
Okay.
And those that are listening, those that are in my master class, I want y'all to post that number because we're going to give away 2 Queenology 2.0 tickets. So go ahead and post your number, and then we're going to see who's going to get the first ticket. Go ahead and post a number from 1 to 20, and we're going to see who's going to come. One here. I think it's 22 people on the line. So go ahead and post your number. And so as you're posting, we're going to go ahead and talk because we're going to give away 2 tickets to Queenology 2.0. And for those that may have not registered, you still can go to www.rcblakes.com and you can get the tickets. This is training for reigning. So go ahead and post your number. Everyone that would like to be a part of the process, go ahead and put I see it coming in. I see Dr. Dolores. I see Melissa. Who else is on here? Gwen, you got a number. Who else? So anybody that's on here, is Rita on here? Quay, it can be male or female. Go ahead and post your number. I see Arius, is Chastity on here? Go ahead and post your number because you have to be present to win. Okay. Has everybody posted? Go ahead and post it. So we're going to give you about 30 more seconds to do it. And then we're going to get the number from my cuz. I call him Mr. Tight. What is it? you got to get you like Gwen. She is Gwen the Motivator. She's a group certified group fitness instructor.
Wow.
Aretha is Aretha the Encourager.
Okay.
Dr. Pugh, she's doing crossover to fit. So with you have doing all this stuff, now it's time for you to take it to another level. Okay. As you have been trained, now you need to train others.
Okay.
And also, as you were talking, I could hear, that's who I am. I'm going to empower, educate, equip, inspire, and activate you about that book. So whenever I get ready to do that book, I'll be like, okay, Richard, I need a chapter in my book from your perspective.
Okay.
I have written books, but guess what? That wasn't the book that I originally was going to write, but God told me not yet. So I think that he's just bringing us to a place. Mother's on here. Okay. All right. My mama is in my class.
Okay. Hey, tell Auntie I say hello.
Auntie, she's on here. And I just call her and we go over the homework. And then we have somebody else at 80-some years old as a pastor. She's in my class. I got people from Alabama, from Mississippi, from Texas, and India in my master class, Relentless Global Believers of Prayer, Intercessors for the Kingdom. And it's a 6-week online program that we're doing. Okay. So, all right, we're going to start with that one. Okay, what is your number?
19.
19. So who is the closest to 19? I see a 12, a 7, a 10. Tell mother. She mother is number 15, so she the closest. So give me one more number. One more number.
7.
Melissa, she got number 7. Woo-hoo! So that'll be Melissa, number 7, and Pastor Bell will be the winner. Congratulations that y'all are the
Congratulations.
winner, that you will have 2 tickets. So what you need to do is email me at drpat@patriciakjames.com. Send me your email address, and that way I can email you your information for your ticket. I'll go ahead and sign you up. I can't sign you up without your email. So Melissa, congratulations, and Pastor Bell. And I'll touch base with Pastor Bell to see whether mother gonna really do it, Dr. Dolores. So she's a winner. Mama ain't. She told me ain't nothing get old but the clothes,
Hey,
and she
go
told
ahead.
me you don't retire.
Hey, like Grandma say, she come. Hey, good. That's good stock. I'll grab hold of that one. I'll hold on to that.
And and I'm just so grateful. I try to catch, a little of my uncle. I'm so amazed to see him on there. That just do my heart so good to see him on there. And then I go over there to the net, and I'll be like, he just getting it up. We're gonna have to do some more things together online.
Okay.
And with this being our lunch and a heart-to-heart conversation with Dr. Pat, and basically it's a conversation, just like what we did, like we're sitting at a table and we're talking about fitness, we're talking about health, and it's 4 different areas that, under this umbrella. It could be a ministry, could be serving, could be health, nutrition, or fitness. So those are the parameters that God has given me for PKJ Global Ministry. And we may even get your trainer to come and talk with us on here.
Oh yeah, he'll be more than happy to do it. One thing about him, like I said, that's my bro. I love him to death, and he's passionate, and he loves what he does. I mean, he loves people.
He's very passionate.
Definitely.
And then I probably could bring my group fitness instructor, and we just have where we just sit and we dialogue on there, and then get Pastor Pugh in here, and because she did a whole 30-day, and she was getting up every morning and walking and recording and motivating. So you have to start where you are, and that's the big thing. And it's not a competition, because nobody can beat you being you. And you got to find your own place, because like if you're only looking at the scale, I guarantee you that if you had just lost the weight and no exercise, you would look different than what you are now.
Oh yeah.
Now, when I see you on that picture, I don't see no 300. I don't see no 299 pounds. I'm like, okay, if he go down 150 more pounds, hey, let me put you up here again so they can see you. Do that. Look over there to the right. Do that look like almost 300 pounds over there? Yeah, y'all see those little legs right there? Do that look right here. Look right here. You see that? 99 pounds. So, but it's different how you contour your body.
Right.
So, and then if you probably just had done the nutrition and didn't do the exercise, is that you probably would have looked different, and you probably would have weighed less, because muscles weigh greater than fat.
Right.
But it's toning, it's building up your metabolism, building up your stamina, and it's helping you with endurance. And and so now, Pastor Pugh said, look like 220 to her. Pastor Pugh said she look like 220 to her. Yes. And I also just wanted to show them, because it came up in my memory today. It was the prophecy, and it was telling me about the 6 different facet of the ministry. And so I could try to put them together. And guess what? There are six. There's Relentless Global Believer of Prayer. There's My Heart to You Professional Nutritional Consulting Services. I Serve, I Fit for the Kingdom. I Fit for the Kingdom. Nutrition and Wholeness for Life. Fat Chick by God's Design. And then PCM Academy. All of this fall under the auspices of PKJ Global Ministry.
Yeah.
And I'm Dr. Patricia James. I'm the founder and the CEO, and I'm here to empower, to educate, equip, ignite, and to activate you. But God said that tonight, when we set a date, she said, go ahead and launch it. So stop sitting back. So that's what I'm telling you. Go ahead and launch out. Out in the deep. Yes, let your net down for a draw.
Hey, you have everything that you need. That's it. Get caught up.
Oh, that's the net.
That's right. Get caught up.
Every time because I went and I got that logo, and I was thinking that net. I said, okay, he got the basketball going. That's the basketball net too. Mm-hmm. But it's getting caught up in the net.
That's right. Get caught up. That's the one when he grabbed when they brought the net in, and everything that he had, all the different fish, everything was in that net. So what we want to do is gather the people, grab all of them, regardless of where you're from, background, anything else. We want you to get caught up in the net, and then let God do the work for us. It's not up to us. We don't want selective. I don't want just this or just that. Whatever net brings in, whatever God provides, whatever He sends our way, that's what we want. So, like I said, you say you're the realest nutritionist. I'm the realest pastor. So my thing is, I just be real with you. I do reality. I don't try to sit and wow you with, all this other stuff. I speak plain. I give it to you plain, give it to you raw, give it to you straight. And that's just me. That's how God gives it me. I give it you the same way. I'm me. I ride motorcycles. I like Jordan shoes. So I'm trying to fit. What I mean, I'm just being me. I'm not trying to be anybody else. I'm just going to be me.
Yes, and that's the thing about it, being unapologetically, authentically you, and right. People can receive you. And that's what I tell people. What you see is what you get. I don't put on no airs. I could float with the best. I could, throw degrees, and and I probably don't even look like the tip. I know I don't, because I tell them that's why I call myself reality, because in this position it's primarily white and female. And I said, well, God designed me. And He made a blueprint. And when he made me, He broke the mold, because He said, Trisha, you're going to reach people that other people can't reach. Because they can give you all this paper, but they can't understand about all of the reality of nutrition and wholeness. I try to teach it wholeness, a whole life, lifelong impact for every day. So that's what I try to be. I don't try to be nobody else. And what you know me all these years.
Yes, ma'am.
What you see is what you get.
That's it.
And it works. And it works. I thank God. I thank God has blessed me right where I'm at. And so I just thank God for that. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna have to set us up. If it once a month or twice a month, however, to have a routine so people can know. Because I plan to do this on Thursday nights. And we can do it this time. And if you have special guests that you would like to bring on board, because I see greater. When I see you working like that, I said, now he done moved out, because that's how my member, Gwen, she was doing all that. And I said, now you need to go and be that group fitness instructor. You need to go through ACE or whatever, because now that you have done it, you're going to throw that net out. No. Back in. You're gonna reach back and pull some of those others, because you got people that'll hear your voice and won't hear nobody else's voice, because you have a journey, you have a story. And so start writing your journey. And a lot of it you can go back on Facebook and you can catalog that.
Right. That's and that's one good thing, even with like I say, with all the different hashtags. I had someone reach out to me and it was like, hey, can you send me all your workouts and all your meals that you did for like the last 90 days? I was like, nah, just go pick this, click on one of them hashtags and that'll give you all every time I put that hashtag on there, it'll give you everything you need. So it's been a blessing also to, like say, to sit there and look at the journey that I'm on. And like I said, I'm the kind of person that, I guess my dad taught me this way, whatever I have, I try to pour into somebody else. So,
Yes.
I never have any problem with, sharing. I have people I don't even know that, or send me a message and say, I see what you're doing. I see, pictures. I have friends that sharing my journey that I'm going through. So I have people that I don't even know that may ask me questions, and I freely receive, freely give. So, and if it
Yeah.
helps someone else out, their journeys, I get text messages from friends and coworkers saying, "Hey, Rich, man, I'm down this many pounds," and I encourage them to say, "Hey, man, stick to it. Stay on it. Because I want to see all of us be blessed. I want to see all of us in better health. See all of us do better. And I think that if I'm doing that, that's ministry also. A lot of times we think ministry is just we preaching or just no. If your life and the things you're doing impact someone else, and have it where someone else says, you know what, I want to do better. Have someone else calling you and say, hey man, you said something to me last night that really stuck with me, man. And now I'm on a journey now because you know what, I got a young son, I got a young daughter, you know what I'm saying? I got a wife, I got family that, you know what, I want to prosper and be in good health, even as my soul prosper. One thing, even, and I guess I got to touch on this since we on here, and it's a church component in this too. See, a lot of times we can brag that we don't drink. We can brag and say we don't smoke. We can brag and say we don't do all this other stuff, but we eating ourselves to death. We ain't healthy. We stay in the doctor's office. We staying out to pray about being about diabetic. Stay praying about all this other stuff. When you know what, God gave us the opportunity. I mean, gave us the mind and the spirit to say, you know what? No, you ain't supposed to overeat. You ain't supposed to be doing that. And we can live better lives as saints. We can live better lives as believers if we then turn around in the same scriptures that we quote, that we understand now, put those things into action now. So you know what? I don't want to just be prosperous looking. You know what I'm saying? I want to be. I want every part of my life to be a blessing. I want my health to match my preaching. I want my health to match my believing. And it wasn't on that point. You know what I'm saying? That was on me. That's not on God. It ain't no stacking him. It was on me. I did that. Richard did that. And when Richard got to the point where, you know what, I'm gonna start doing better about my health. And look at the benefits now. I'm on here talking to you about my health and my journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to people about things that, I would have never thought that this is what not. I didn't start off to do this. But look what God can do. God open up doors. You don't even know what. I don't know where this may go in the future. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to do what I'm supposed to do, be faithful to my journey. And then you know what? I'm going to turn around. We said it in church. We overcome by the words of our testimony. I'm going to give you my testimony. I'm going to show you my pictures. I'll post my numbers. A lot of times, we're ashamed. And don't get me wrong. I was ashamed. I didn't start off in January saying I'm starting at 391. I ain't want nobody to know that what it was. But that's the realness in it now, to be able to share with somebody else, because someone else is going through this same thing. And I want to encourage you tonight, if you're going through and you're struggling, you know what? First thing you do, pray about this thing. Ask God for his help. Ask God for his protection. Ask God for everything you need in this. And then you got to do something. James says, faith without works is dead being alone. You got to put it into action. God can give you the best plan, give you everything, but if you don't get up off your blessed assurance, I heard that. I used that when I heard a pastor say that. If you don't get off your blessed assurance and do something, it's not going to happen. It's not.
See, and that's why I was just so glad to have, a pastor also. Because when I license my minister, I license because the gift that she has, that she's serving in, is not to preach, but to be a minister of health and wellness. And a lot of people, because I was going to El Salvador, they had a minister of agriculture, a minister of health, a minister of nutrition, and people just put you into that box of that. If you don't have that mic, then you're not that preacher.
Right.
And so that's where she functioned and serving in that area. So I may have to get her and Pastor Pugh to come on, and then we do this again, and I'll just be the moderator and listen to y'all go You know, I just try to be that igniter to keep the conversation going.
Yes, ma'am.
But I
Yes,
want us to continue because I've been watching, observing, and when I saw it, I said, I got to get you. When are we going to do this thing?
yes, ma'am. Definitely. Yes, ma'am.
And I'm
And
so
like you say,
glad.
you know me. All you gotta do is let me know where you need me at. That's our love for one another. All you gotta
Yes,
know is where you need me at. I'm here. So,
yes, sir.
anytime you need me, you know how to contact me. Just let me know, and I'm here for you. You know, because one thing about it is wherever the Lord take me from here, I always remember where I started at. I always
Yes,
remember those who helped, those who encourage you, those who told you certain things when no one else knew your name, or no one else was caring about who you was or whatever, and have them encouraging words. I can remember, I post stuff and you say, okay, keep it up, or you'll just hit a like. You don't, and I tell people all the time, you don't understand. Just you being an encourager to someone else. Anytime that you push somebody else up, you know what you got to do. I mean, you go up too. A lot of
yes,
people understand that. To push somebody else up, you have to go up too. So
you,
we help
yes,
each other.
yes. But yeah, because we're gonna do this again Thursday if you're available.
Okay.
And then I have to check their schedule, see whether they are available. Because
All right.
God, he pushed when you said you go ahead on push it out because it's never a right time to do anything,
Right.
because you'll be like, oh, I need to lose 10 more pounds. I need to do this. No, I'm Dr. Pat and I'm the fat nutritionist, pursuing health and transformation, creating habits intended for change. So,
Mm-hmm.
what you see is what, and so you have to love yourself before you can even move forward.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to love yourself at 399 pounds, and then you're able to love yourself greater as you move into that place called healthy.
Right.
Because health looks different on different
Oh yeah,
people. Because
definitely.
I've
Yeah.
seen people 36, 24, 36 and dying on the inside. And
Right.
when you look at their labs and you look at all of the stuff that's going on, you're like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
all of the cholesterol out, all of their electrolytes, everything is like they just on a banana peel, but they had that outer man.
Right.
So we have something greater. We have the inner man in us also. But I just thank God for you. Thank God for your testimony. Thank God for your journey. And so what we're going to do, we're going to continue the journey. We're
Mm-hmm.
going to continue to bring different people on and just praying that as we do this, that it helps someone else, because I'm going to save it and then I can rebroadcast it again.
Yeah.
And I'll rebroadcast on YouTube also.
Right.
So, yeah.
And again, I started a watch party even on my page. So there's even more people that are watching this that on my page that's sharing it with someone else also. So where we think this may just be here, we don't know where God's going to take this to, and to see what God is doing, like all the people that are on here now that are following, and one thing you said, and I know we got to go, but
That's
a lot of time guys they're not quite like the ladies are. The women don't mind. They'll be on there. They'll be asking me everything. They are question after question. They don't mind. Guys do things a little more subtle. You see what I'm saying? So it's someone
uh-huh.
on here that's gonna see this that may not never hit a like. They might not never say anything, but you know what? It's impacting their life now. They can see
Yeah.
something in one of us and say, you know what? Hey, the Lord's been telling me to launch out on some things, and I've been slow
Yes.
about doing it. Someone see you doing this here now and say, you know what? She's doing it. You know what? God gave me something. I'm gonna jump out on that. You never know where
Yes.
it touch, where it may go. And so, like you said, that's why when we touch it, agreed on it, say, okay, when we're gonna do it. You want Thursday? That cool. 9 o'clock our time. That's 8 o'clock, y'all. But but the time difference don't make a difference. And what's in the season we in right now, God is blessing us with the technology that we can do things that before would have cost. I'm talking about money that we just wouldn't be able to spend at that. Now we able to do split screens and share. When before you need somebody to edit all this, you need someone the cameraman, and all you do is just set it up, and we can go and we be able to touch people. We are never
Never
know
touch.
where this may go.
And see, and that's what I said, that in this season, I said, if you want to know and you learn all these processes, because I like, I had asked someone to, I had consulted somebody, but we must have missed each other. The Holy Spirit said, Tricia, teach yourself. So when you teach yourself, then you got it. And so that's what a lot of these processes and how we can uh, do this tonight. And then I can rebroadcast this over and over again. And then I can rebroadcast it on Periscope, on, I mean, all of these here formats. But I just thank God for you. And see, because I wanted you to come because, you know, I know you. And I like people with character and integrity. It's not just you doing that journey, but I know your heart behind there. I know your spirit because I believe in mind, body, and spirit. Because you know you can just be getting that body. If it all just about getting that body right, and the rest of it's not. I don't need those hype that's on here. Those are not the people that God have assigned me to.
Right.
So I'm looking for that holistic approach. So I just thank God that on this journey, I know we always had like a connection.
Always.
You know, we just didn't know, like it's always. And when I was in California, and when you bought all the books and different things, and I just appreciate that. You know, we're a family.
That's right.
And that's what family have to do is stick together. And I see greatness in you because I'd be like, man, is he doing burpees like that? Oh my God, because you know, I'd be like, I'm not getting on that floor. I'm not getting on that floor. I'm gonna modify it. I'm like, oh my God. I'd be like,
and think about it. And I post it because I hate him. My trainer he know I hate him, but he keep giving them to me. It's sometimes it's the stuff that you don't like. It's what you did. He know it. He sneak them in. He sneak them on me at the end. He be like, "Oh yeah, let's get down there. Let's do like 10
close
burpees."
your ears up when you close your ears.
Oh, he still on my face. He know I can't stand it. I can't stand burpees. But at the same time, hey, they work because they show get it all at you. So and like you say, we help each other out. We, you know. And I think that's the thing that I think was lacking, that is really now in this season we in, that God is really revealing the realness in ministry. You know, you know, before we was two of us worried about who we pack, how many numbers we got, and how many folks we packing out, and how many services, and how many locations we got. None of that. You found out or how many choirs, who sing the best. None of that stuff means nothing. Really, it boils down to now is, okay, the holistic. Where's mind, body, and spirit? You find out a lot of these ministries you thought really only care about your wallet because they still calling you now.
And see, and then we weren't really doing ministry because this is ministry now.
Right.
And people don't understand it's an extra step you have to go to do this here. You don't just jump, you know, and just like on Sundays. You know, you're going to be studied, and so you go on and you just get up there and preach. But now you got to make sure everything is set, and you're looking at your background, making sure, you know, because it's a little different right now. But God.
But God.
So I thank God, and I look forward to doing this routinely.
Okay.
That we're going to do this, and then like every week you can talk about your journey. Okay. And see, because we're going to talk about, you know, obstacles, challenges, you know, just anything that may be going on. There's somebody out there, because it's a heart to heart, and it's an authentic, transparent to thine own self be true. And that's what I love about you, that you're not hiding. Because when I saw those pictures, I said, well, okay, he's very authentic. Whereas I may not be that far to do that, but you're able to do it, and you're able to reach that. Because what I had my academy first was going to be Fat Chick Mentoring Academy, and God had to quicken me and say no. He said, because you're gonna help male and female. You don't have a one-sided ministry. So he said change it to PCM, Patricia's Collaborative Mentoring Academy. So you're still gonna have some fat chicks, but he said go ahead and have some fit by God's design men, so that we can just, you know, get everybody in.
That's it.
So you need to start developing you some product. Think of your concept.
I hear you.
Banners, so you have your banner back. I mean, hey, it's simple. I taught myself how to do graphic design, do all that kind of stuff.
That's it. Hey,
So, yeah.
hey, I hear
All right,
you. I hear you. I hear
you're in
you.
there. You are in there. You are in there.
Yes,
Yes,
man.
you are
Definitely.
in there. So I
Definitely.
look forward. Do anyone have any questions that's on the line that y'all would like to ask Tight and Right? Tight and Light. I'm going to call him Mr. Tight and Light.
Tight light. Tight light.
Tight and Light. Do you have any on your page that have any questions?
Mine is a little bit behind, so I don't think they got the I don't know if I got any questions on here just yet.
Okay.
That's it. I'll look and see. Mm.
But see, once we get an established routine, then they know what time you're going to be on,
Right.
and and it may be a section we just do Q&A.
Q&A.
Yeah,
Right.
that we can stop at the end and do Q&A. They have
Okay.
questions, go ahead and they can post it once we do the flyer. Go ahead and post your questions. We'll have those questions ready to do it. This is our real broadcast. I prophesied that I was going to have a health and wellness TV broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. But you know what? God showed me that's dependent on somebody else. He
Mm-hmm.
said, you have a broadcast now. You're
Mm-hmm.
broadcasting.
That's right.
So,
Yes,
so
you do. That's right. You
heart
definitely do.
Dr.
You
Pat,
do.
and I am the PHAT Nutritionist. And I thank God for my special guests on here and
Mm-hmm.
each and every one of you just tuned in. But remember that PHAT is pursuing health and transformation, and CHIC is that we creating habits intended for change. So we will be back in again on next week. If you have questions, you can contact me or you can contact Richard Ash. Mr. Tight and Light. So that
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I think I put that on the flyer, Mr. Tight
Tight
and Light.
and light.
So all of the hashtags, I said, now that's who he is, Mr. Tight and Light.
Trying to
So
get
do
there.
you have any last
I'm
word?
working on. Sometimes you gotta speak those things that are not as though they are. That's
Yes,
it. You gotta
yes,
speak it till
yes,
you get there. So we working
yes.
on it. We definitely working on it. I definitely
Um,
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
well, you can give us the last words and then you can pray us out of here.
Just want to say thank you again for what all God is doing in your life. Thank God for this ministry. Thank God for you being bold in this day and time. We need it like never before. The kingdom needs this. We need to be more healthy and real conscious of our health. And I thank God for this opportunity. I thank God for everyone that's on here, everyone that joined us tonight, those that are near and far, those that are on their journey or maybe starting their journey. I wanted to let you know that God said he'll never leave us, nor will he forsake us. Amen. So when we put him first, he said men ought to always pray and not to faint. When we put him first, and look what God would do for us and what he's doing, not just in my life, but what he's going to do in yours. And this is just an opportunity that I thank God for, that I have an opportunity to give him the praise, because all honor and praise belong to him. I could not have done this without his help, without his guidance. I could not have done this without his strength that he's given me. And I thank God for it. I take not no credit of my own. I give everything back to God, that he's helping me, keeping me in this through all things, dangerous seen and unseen. And I thank him for this health journey. I thank him for this health walk. And I thank him for the opportunity to get on here and not just talk about me, but let you know more about him. And I'm just elated and I'm humbled by the opportunity and what God, the doors that God is opening for me and for you. And I'm looking forward to this. I might be talking to the next Oprah Winfrey, and I'd be like, you know what, man? I mean, we started out, and he said, despise not small beginnings. A lot of times people, I don't have many. It don't make a difference what you have. Just use what God has given you, and
Yes.
why not? Why not you? You know what I'm saying? Why not us? This 2020 may be the time that God says, you know what? I'm revealing new people. I'm bringing new people to the forefront that I can trust. I'm bringing new people in that can do the things that I would have them do, that not ashamed to say where they're from, not ashamed of how they talk, not ashamed of what they look like.
Yes.
They're going to give me the praise and give me the glory. And watch what I do. Watch I bring them to the front. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. So I'm looking forward to what God is doing in this year. And I thank God for you, Dr. Patricia, I thank God for all that He's done and every ministry that you are bringing forth through Him. I know it's nobody but God that uses your mind, your body, and your spirit the way you do, the way you just open up, and just your smile is affectionate. It just is genuine, especially in this day of all this fakeness. To be genuine and be real with people, God is blessing us, and I thank God for it. You still there, Pat? Oh.
We're back. That's this internet round here.
Hey, it's amazing when we start
That's
calling on the right
okay.
name.
So,
Things begin to
yeah,
happen.
yeah, I want to stop. So we're gonna go ahead and pray and get.
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for all that you've done. We thank you for what's been said. We thank you for everything that you're doing. Lord, we thank you for those that are on their journeys, God. Continue to bless each one of us right now. Lord, continue to bless this ministry, God. Look on Sister Pat, God. Touch every ministry that you've given her, God. Continue to give her provision for the vision in the name of Jesus. Lord, we thank you for all that you have done and all that you will do, God. We thank you for plans that are being made, God. Those plans have been made without you today, God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Oh, yeah, internet going out.
Well, we're gonna end the right. But I just want to thank each and every one of you for coming on. Thank you for your question. Thank you for your time. That as we have gone through the process, the internet is acting up just a little bit, but we know that God is still able. God is still on the line. So we just want to pray and just. Yes. So from our heart to yours, you be empowered to prosper, have good success, and know that there's someone that loves you, that appreciates you on your journey, that we want to empower you, to educate you, to equip you, to ignite your passion, to fulfill your purpose, to activate your faith, to release you so that you can lead with excellence and walk in total fitness in your mind, your body, and your spirit, with a mandate that yes, you are enough. So join us on next week. Until the next time, you be healthy, wealthy, and prosperous.